On April 14th, 2021, a huge fire erupted at Metalico Incorporated on Neville Island. The fire burned for more than 6 hours as several fire companies battled it. The smoke and pollution from the fire blew directly across the Ohio River into Emsworth, creating a dangerous situation for residents. The fire should not have come as a surprise to any officials or agencies. It was predictable to anyone who paid attention to Metalico's operation. In fact, Allegheny County Clean Air Now had previously reported substantial emissions, explosions, and fires on the site to the Allegheny County Health Department. Metalico identifies as a metal recycler. While it would seem that a metal recycler should contribute to environmental improvement, that is not the case with sites like Metalico. It is one of only 250 facilities in the US that operates a metal shredder, shredding primarily vehicles, but also other items like large household appliances under tremendous mechanical force. Vehicles typically go through the shredder with tires on and interiors and exteriors intact. That means fuel, oil, antifreeze, refrigerants, batteries, airbags, and lights go through the shredder. Since an extreme amount of heat is produced during shredding, fluids and fuels become gases as they are emitted. VOCs and hazardous air pollutants, such as lead, zinc, cadmium, and mercury, are also released into the air. Since August of 2018, ACAN has been monitoring Metalico around the clock with the ACAN Create Lab camera, a VOC monitor, and a CMU ramp monitor. We have documented more than 350 pollution events on the camera blog at acancamera.com. The pollution events include explosions when gas tanks go through the shredder, clouds of particulate matter and other emissions, and odors of burning rubber, plastic, and wires. Most of these events have also been reported to the Allegheny County Health Department. On April 14th at about 4 p.m., Emsworth residents first noticed a fire at the Metalico plant. During the rest of the afternoon, evening, and night, smoke and fumes blew directly into Emsworth. The ACAN camera captured the entire disaster. At times, the smoke from the fire completely obscured the camera's view of the Metalico site, the surrounding area, and even the Ohio River. The smoke plume was visible from Mount Washington. The smoke was so thick that one resident reported she couldn't see her neighbor's home 20 feet away. Others reported strong odors of burning plastic and rubber and wondered if something in their homes was on fire. Some complained of headaches. A mother described how the smoke and fumes engulfed her home while her children played outdoors. She questioned why no authority had informed residents what they were breathing and what the health effects of the extreme pollution were. A health department inspector was at the fire site on Neville Island. Another inspector arrived at the camera site in Emsworth. He advised the residents to evacuate their homes for the night since the smoke was so intense. More than 20 residents evacuated their homes for hours. Some checked into hotels or stayed elsewhere overnight. While the inspectors reported back to ACHD, neither the health department nor emergency responders alerted residents of the dangers they were subjected to. The fire broke out during the evening news cycle. All the local stations covered it for up to 2 hours. Fire companies were still on the site during the 11 p.m. news broadcast, as the stations continued to report live on the fire. Yet during all this time the stations were available, no emergency responder or regulatory agency took any responsibility to contact them to alert residents of the dangers they were exposed to. Even the Allegheny Alert System, which updates countless residents by text, email, and phone on the daily COVID-19 cases, and occasionally about bad air days, was not utilized. Carnegie Mellon's CREATE Lab was able to document the pollution using Plume Pittsburgh. As you can see, the wind blew the intense pollution directly into Emsworth for more than 6 hours. The following day, odors of the fire remained in Emsworth homes. ACAN provided air cleaners to some residents to help clear their air. Analysis of the VOC and ramp monitors confirmed astronomical levels of VOCs, carbon monoxide, and PM 2.5 during the fire. Carbon monoxide is shown in black on the chart. It was recorded at 1,000 parts per billion. A typical reading from this monitor has been about 240 parts per billion. VOCs, shown in red on the chart, were recorded at thousands of parts per billion during the fire. A typical reading at this monitor is about 220 parts per billion. PM 2.5 was recorded at 30 to 80 times the long-term average. It's astonishing that Metalico was permitted to resume operations 5 days after the fire, even though the health department had not determined the cause of the fire. To further offend the community, another less extreme fire erupted on May 22nd. To prove that nothing has changed with Metalico since the fires, ACAN has added 67 pollution events to the Metalico camera log since April 14th. These events have also been reported to the health department. After numerous requests to the health department over the past 6 months, ACAN has not received any information regarding the cause of the fire, measures taken to prevent future fires, or the impact the smoke and fumes have had on residents. The very least we should have expected following such a dangerous incident is a commitment from our health department and emergency services to alert residents of threats to their health and safety through Allegheny alerts, other emergency alerts, and local television and radio stations.